Wellness Rhythm Show. Find your rhythm. Live your wellness.
Y'all, let me tell you something that genuinely rattled me. I was carrying groceries up the stairs last month. 2 bags, nothing dramatic, and I had to stop halfway. I'm 38. That should not be happening.
Right. And here's the thing most people don't know. That moment you just described, Emma, it didn't start last month. The process behind it started around your 30th birthday.
Which is a terrifying sentence, David. Thank you for that.
Happy to help. But seriously, today we're talking about sarcopenia, which is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. And the timeline is something almost nobody is told about clearly.
We're going to break down what's actually happening in your body, why most people miss the early signs completely, and what you can realistically do about it, whether you're 32 or 62.
No gym obsession required, just the actual picture and then some practical steps forward.
So let's start at the beginning, sarcopenia. I had never even heard that word until about a year ago, and I work in wellness.
It comes from the Greek sarx for flesh, penia for poverty, muscle poverty. And the American College of Sports Medicine flags it as one of the most underappreciated health risks in middle age and beyond.
Muscle poverty. I hate that phrase, and I also love it because it's so accurate.
The baseline finding from a landmark paper published in the Journal of Gerontology is that most adults lose somewhere between 3 and 5% of their muscle mass per decade after 30, and it accelerates significantly after 50.
So by the time you're 50, you could have lost 10% or more of the muscle you had at your peak, and you might not even feel it yet.
That's precisely the problem. The losses in your 30s are subtle. You adapt without realizing. You take the lift instead of the stairs. You stop carrying the heavy bag. Small compensations that mask a real decline.
Here's the thing, though. I did all of those things and called it being efficient, not realizing I was actually accommodating a loss.
Exactly. And researchers like Dr. Roger Fielding at Tufts University have been documenting this for years. His work on muscle function and aging is really foundational here. The decline isn't just about size, it's about quality and function.
Okay, let's dig deeper into the science here. Because I think people hear muscle loss and they picture bodybuilders. This isn't about vanity at all, is it?
Not remotely. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. It regulates blood sugar, supports bone density, protects your joints, and is directly linked to longevity. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Epidemiology found that low muscle mass in midlife is associated with significantly higher risk of cardiovascular disease and all-cause mortality.
So your muscles are basically doing housekeeping for your entire body, quietly, every day.
Quietly, yes. Which is why losing them quietly is so dangerous.
Right, let's unpack the timeline a bit more because I want listeners to really feel where they are in this. If you're in your 30s right now, what does this actually look like?
In your 30s, the changes are mostly hormonal and cellular. Testosterone and estrogen, both of which support muscle synthesis, begin declining. Human growth hormone drops too. And something called motor unit recruitment, basically your nervous system's ability to activate muscle fibers efficiently, starts to slow down.
And you feel it as what? Just general tiredness? Being a bit softer than you used to be?
Yes, and recovering more slowly after physical effort. That's a big one. You did something active on a Saturday, and by Monday you still feel it. That's not just age in the vague sense, that's a measurable physiological change.
Y'all, raise your hand if that Monday thing is your whole life right now. Because same.
In your 40s, the rate picks up a little. And this is where the sandwich generation, people managing careers, kids, and often aging parents simultaneously, are particularly at risk because they have the least time to do anything about it and the highest stress load, which elevates cortisol, and cortisol is actively catabolic.
Catabolic, meaning it breaks down muscle tissue.
Correct. Chronic stress literally works against muscle preservation. And after 50, you've got the added factor of declining protein synthesis efficiency. Your body becomes less good at using the protein you eat to build and maintain muscle.
Okay, I have to push back slightly here because I feel like I've heard lift weights, eat protein as the answer forever. And if it were that simple, nobody would have this problem.
That's a fair challenge. And you're right that it's not quite that simple. The research, including work from Dr. Stuart Phillips at McMaster University, who is one of the leading researchers on protein and muscle aging, shows that both the amount and the timing and distribution of protein intake matters. Most people eat very little protein at breakfast, a modest amount at lunch, and load most of it at dinner.
Guilty as charged, completely.
And that pattern is quite inefficient for muscle protein synthesis. Spreading protein more evenly, something like 25 to 40 grams per meal across 3 meals, is significantly more effective based on current evidence.
So it's not just what you eat, it's the rhythm of when you eat it. That actually makes it feel more manageable to me, honestly.
And on the exercise side, the evidence is very clear that resistance training is the single most effective intervention. The National Institute on Aging has made that a consistent recommendation for decades. But the barrier isn't knowledge. Most people know weights are good. The barrier is consistency and correct loading.
And here's where I want to speak to the people who are, say, 60 or older, maybe listening right now, because I don't want anyone to feel like they missed the window, because that's not the research, right?
Absolutely not. Studies, including a notable one published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, found meaningful muscle gains in adults in their 70s and even 80s from resistance training programs. The body responds at every age. The response is just slower and requires more intentionality.
That is genuinely hopeful. Slower, not stopped.
Slower, not stopped. That's the actual message.
And look, this is the part where I'd normally say just go to the gym and leave it there, but can we get practical for a second? Because our listeners have lives.
Right. 3 things that are genuinely supported by the evidence and genuinely doable. First, resistance training twice a week is enough to see meaningful results. It doesn't need to be 5 days. 2 sessions that challenge your muscles with progressive resistance.
Progressive meaning you gradually increase the challenge over time, not just doing the same 10 reps forever.
Exactly. Second, protein distribution, as we discussed. And a practical target that keeps coming up in the research is about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day for adults in midlife and beyond.
Quick math check for our American listeners, that's roughly 0.6 to 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. So for a 150-pound person, we're talking roughly 90 to 100 grams a day.
Yes. Spread across meals, not all at once.
And the third?
Sleep, which people chronically undervalue in this context. Growth hormone, which is critical for muscle repair, is predominantly released during deep sleep. Cutting sleep is directly cutting your recovery capacity. Dr. Matthew Walker's work at UC Berkeley on sleep and physical recovery is compelling on this point.
And here, if you're enjoying this conversation and you want more episodes like it, please do hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this information.
Now, I do want to address the skepticism some people bring to this topic, because there's a real sense of, I'm not an athlete, this isn't for me.
Oh, I hear that all the time. I'm not trying to look like a fitness influencer, and honestly fair.
Right. But the framing shifts when you understand the stakes. This isn't about aesthetics. A 2022 review in the journal Aging Research Reviews linked low muscle mass and low muscle strength specifically to increased fall risk, slower recovery from illness, and reduced independence in older age. Independence, that is the stake.
That hit differently for me. Because when I think about my parents, that's what matters. Not how they look. Whether they can live on their own, move around safely, pick up their grandkids.
And starting now, whatever age you are, is the most powerful thing. You're not reversing decades overnight, but you are changing the trajectory.
Which is all any of us can ask for. Okay, if there is one thing I want you to walk away with today, it's this. The muscle you preserve and build in your 30s, 40s, and 50s is an investment in your independence later. Start somewhere, 2 resistance sessions a week and spreading your protein across meals. That's a real starting point.
And the research genuinely supports optimism here. Slower adaptations are still adaptations. Your body is not working against you, it just needs more deliberate input as you age. That's not failure, that's biology.
Y'all, thank you so much for spending this time with us. If this episode gave you something useful, share it with someone in your life who needs to hear it. And we'll see you right back here next time on the Wellness Rhythm Show.
And do lift something heavy before then, within reason.
The show is part of the VoxCrea.ai system. If you want a show like this for your organization without building it yourself,
go to voxcreel.ai and request a sample episode.